Hey there folks and friends, Connecting Dots here. It's January 29th, Fukushima Day, 10:55. And the reason I'm making this video is because, well, someone sent me an email and he was mentioning how there's all this talk regarding the fake Fukushima 4 reactor. I don't want to point fingers, but yeah, I saw the videos myself. So let's start off here. Fukushima 4, Reactor 4. Um, we can all see it here from the very beginning, and I want you to pay close attention to this hole in the side of the building because it's the same hole we're going to see throughout this whole videos. So from the very get-go, we had people ground zero. They were right there without any extraordinary special protection. Um, they're on site here, folks. Have been from the very beginning. Okay? Someone had to put that pumper up there. They had to keep it maintained. They're called jumpers. The folks that are paid to rescue a nuclear plant. Anyhow, moving along here. Next, the pictures came out where TEPCO was letting us know here how they had to knock off the top two floors. Again, you can see in this picture here at the very top of the building on the right left side it says number 4. It's definitely reactor number 4. We also found out that there was a crack in the building running up the side of the building here, and the foundation, well, it was unstable basically, and you'll notice down below here where the heavy machinery is already pouring in dirt. Well, that's because this radioactive material that fell all over the place during these explosions. Yes, over reactor 3 there was MOX fuel, but we didn't have a meltdown within the spent fuel pool. It was still existent, even though there was steam there. Obviously, they were heating up because of lack of water. But like I said, these pumpers were put in there from the very beginning here because the guys at the site knew they had to get water in here immediately. So I don't believe there was MOX fuel that was blown all over the place, but regardless, there was definitely some radioactive debris on the ground, and this is where that process started because there was just too much, and they had to work in the same area all day long. So they started putting in dirt, and then eventually, well, they tore off the roof. That was their first part. Remember, they tore off the roof. Those two top floors had to come down. They had to bring it right down to above that hole in the building there, the side of the hole, which is the hole I've been telling you to pay attention to, as well as those white dots. Just so you know, there's no fakery here. This is all real. Okay, and then eventually on April 2012, they release pictures from within inside Reactor 4. They let us know that well, because the building was unstable, they had to put a bunch of supports underneath it. Okay, so yeah, very worrisome nonetheless, but at least we knew where we stood with this whole situation here. Okay, there's no trickery here. All these pictures are public. Everyone can read them up. I'll leave a link down below. Okay, so now the cleaning process started up after the two top floors were taken off. And yes, there's heavy machinery there that's picking up a lot of this radioactive debris, and as you can see, it's being dumped here in a dumpster, and it's being carried away. Yeah, it's hazardous work. There's no doubt about it. You can even see a radioactive shack here, that pink shack. That's what that looks like. And going up a little further, this is I don't know how many days or how many weeks further, but you can tell the cleanup has progressed on a little bit more than the last image I just showed you. You can tell there's guys right there in that far corner on the left. Obviously, that's an elevator shaft. So there's people there. The jumpers are working there. You may recall originally there was 3 contract companies here that were on the cleanup, and all 3 of them had hundreds of people working for them, hundreds of employees. So there was a lot of people here initially, and now it's trickled down to, well, we find out it's a Japanese mafia. Okay, so progressing on here. Now, since we knew they told us there was a crack, they had to come up with another plan, and this is why they came up with these steel columns. No trickery here, folks. Like, all these pictures were published. Anyone could see them. I'm just surprised that a lot of folks haven't seen them, haven't kept up with this. Maybe I should have made more videos. I really don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad. It's, you know, it's not a tent. These aren't tent pegs. Okay, they're laying down a real foundation here. It's rebar. I don't know what to say, folks. This was their plan. They knew the frame of the existing building was weakened with the explosion, so they had to come up with a secondary frame that they butt up against reactor number 4 that would carry all the heavy machinery to unload the spent fuel pool. There's no secrecy here, folks. I saw these images here. Many of you have seen them. You can see that they're working here. I don't know what to say. If there's radioactive material and people are dropping like flies instantly, well, we'd see it there right now, and it's not happening. There's been people working on this situation from day one. Now a little closer here, you can see there's 2 guys here on the top floor, right where that elevator shaft, where I was telling you in the previous pictures. You can see them right there, and you can notice in the background there's reactor 3. So there's guys working on that top roof. The building's moving along, the new structure. There's no trickery. All these images are available. Anyone can look them up. Now, this is inside. Yeah, I realize everything's nice and clean and painted, but I guess they had to make it look that way. They knew there was going to be cameras running, and they didn't want to make it look totally abandoned and like crap. So yeah, everything's painted up. But you know what? Painting happens to be one of my skills, and let me tell you, with a airless sprayer, you can get a lot of work done. And if you may have noticed, most of that structure, the frame structure that came in, was already pre-painted. It was already gray to begin with. Right down to the door. You can see the door here is painted where it says A. That's a door. So folks, I don't know what to say here. These images aren't fake. Those guys standing on top, they're not fake. This is all real here. This is reactor 4. And yes, they are moving the 1,500 spent fuel rods. So enough with this BS that there's fake images and it's a fake building. It's all real. I'll leave all the links here for everything you've seen in my videos. You can go look it up yourself. Enough with this BS stuff here, folks. I don't like that because it degrades the whole alternative news when we have people calling out this kind of stuff that's just absolutely crap. Okay? Hope you enjoyed the video. Share the information with others. Thank you.